Now, as we spoke in the last episode of Spot On, MSNBC has decided to rebrand to MS Now. Okay, some people are calling it PMS Now, EMS Now. I don't know. Maddow sucks now. Maybe that's what the MS stands for. But MSNBC has decided, after paying these consultants bukus of cash, that they're going to be called MS Now, and they're going to do news and opinions. And I'm glad they're admitting that they're an opinion source, because MSNBC basically lies to the American people every day and gaslights them, and it's why their ratings are in the gutter. Their ratings are in the gutter. Before we know it, they're probably going to hire Meghan Markle to work on MSNBC. That could be her next career path. But MSNBC, one good thing they did, one smart move MSNBC made a few months ago, I believe back in February, is that they fired Joy Reid. Now, Joy Reid, you might remember her. She's sort of my doppelganger. Okay, Joy Reid, I'm just going to say one thing. She has been trying to steal my hairstyle for years. Okay, Joy Reid, she can say that she hates me and she hates conservatives and anybody who's right of center, anyone who's not a liberal, and we're tearing down the country. Why does she keep dyeing her hair platinum blonde? Okay, bitch, you've been stealing my hairstyle for years, and I have a bone to pick with you, Joy Reid. So Joy Reid, she's gone viral over the weekend. She's trying to scrape and scrounge up a career in alternative media, and it's not going well, because folks who are used to having massive crews and working on sets on a television soundstage, they have a hard time transitioning into independent media because it's not where they came from. They don't know how to just sit and do things on their own or with one or two people helping them, right? Someone like me and a lot of influencers, we don't have a hard time transitioning up and growing in our careers because we've always done the stuff by ourselves. We film with our phones, we sit and we talk and we rant, and we know how to build that community online. Joy Reid, she's really struggling because she was used to having the infrastructure of MSNBC. She's also struggling because she has no talent and she sucks. So let me play you this first clip that has gone viral, and it's about how white people don't invent things.
They can't fix the history they did. Their ancestors made this country into a slave hell. But they can clean it up now because they got the Smithsonian. They can get rid of all the slavery stuff. They got PragerU. They can lie about the history to the children. They can't originally invent anything more than they ever were able to invent good music. We black folk gave y'all country music, hip hop, R&B, jazz, rock and roll. They couldn't even invent that, but they have to call a white man the king.
So number one, I welcome everyone on my page, okay? From the left, the right, the middle, all across the political spectrum, black, white, Asian, Indian, Hispanic, you name it. But we have to admit factually, some of the most major inventions of our time have come from white people. That is just a fact. And I don't think it even helps black people to do this divisive rhetoric, right? Like, we should be trying to reach across the aisles or find common ground or get together as a country and see what we can do to fix these 21st century issues. Someone like Joy Reid, all she knows is division, 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 and divisiveness, and talking about race and skin color. And it's why people don't want to watch her. And I'm going to say something that's just honest and true, whether we want to admit it or not. It's not going to get you big ratings hearkening back to things that happened a long time ago, okay? You keep wanting to bring up slavery. Every day Joy Reid wants to talk about slavery. I'm here to tell you, black people don't want to tune in even to watch you talk about slavery. I know, because they've been DMing me and telling me how much they hate you, Joy Reid. Why do they want to tune in and watch a woman talk about slavery every day? She keeps going on and on and on. Why don't you cover the news that's actually happening in this world? Why is it everything, oh, white people's fault, white people did this? You know what, Joy Reid? A white person at MSNBC signed your checks, and it's your racist rhetoric that got you fired. It's why people turned you off, okay? You can hate white people all you want. White people ran your network, okay? And so now you're out of a job. Let's go to this other clip, right? This is about the fragility of white men and how it's destroying America. This is also with Joy Reid. Let's look.
The question is, we're going to talk about how this is happening in real time and how this has always happened, how the fragility of mediocre, terrified white men is destroying America, and how they have to make a level playing field for themselves. And it's all projection all the time. Like I just said right now, safe spaces for them, none for us.
This clip is also why people are turning off Joy Reid and all of these so-called intellectuals, right? They might have their degrees, their Ivy League degrees. No one wants to hear about white fragility or a safe place or a safe space. Those are just weird garbledy-goop terms that they teach you at Columbia and Harvard and all these schools. White fragility? I have never heard someone use the term white fragility in my day-to-day life, and I've been to all 50 states in this country, okay? I work with a lot of people. on TV several times a week. Never heard anyone use the term white fragility in all seriousness. And so it's these folks online who want to live in their like liberal elite Ivy League echo chambers. They're like, white fragility, safe space. You guys are the ones who seem fragile. Joy Reid is the one who's breaking down in tears on camera all the time and crying. She's the one who seems fragile, having meltdowns. You're the problem. So you can talk about, oh, white fragility and this and that. Like I said, you want to focus on race so much. You know who's tired of that? Black people, Indian people, Asian people. Nobody wants to be pitted against each other because of race in this country anymore. They just want to feed their families. They want to have a school to go to where their kids can learn. They want a secure border. They don't want wars around the world. They want clean food without chemicals and toxins. These are the top line issues for Americans. And it's why you saw so many black people vote for Trump for the first time this year. Young black men said, you know what? Kamala Harris isn't going to speak to our issues. And we're not just going to vote based on account of skin color. We're going to vote for who we want. But it's these folks like Joy Reid. They think focusing on race and using terms like white fragility and safe space and all of this, reverse racism, all these garbledygook terms is going to help them. And it's not. So we have one last clip. Of Joy Reid. Let's look and then we'll move on.
The people who now no longer have to worry about competition to get into Harvard and Columbia and Yale, or to get the jobs they want, or the military appointments that they want, or the jobs in the Trump administration that they want. They don't have to worry about competition from black and brown people, because Stephen Miller and Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth from Fox and all the other people who are unqualified for their jobs are deleting all the blacks and the browns and making sure that they all get deported. And
Does anybody believe this woman? This woman, what reality is she living in? At this point, I think Joy Reid should be committed. In my opinion, of course, I think Joy Reid needs to be committed. We've been watching her spiral, and I've said this for months. I've said it before she was fired. You can go back on my TikTok, my social media. Joy Reid has been spiraling before our eyes. I think she has a drinking problem. I think she's got some issues with alcohol. Her office is a mess. I don't know why she would have that backdrop on her freaking podcast. It looks horrible. But Joy Reid, she's spiraling, okay? She says they're rounding up black and brown people at random and it's not safe. No, they're rounding up criminals and people who broke into the country illegally. No other country can you just waltz in illegally, okay, and have things be hunky-dory. Why do we have to accept that here in the United States of America? And Joy Reid, she also wants to perpetuate this narrative. And this happens all the time from the left. She wants to perpetuate this narrative. President Trump is racist. President Trump is a racist. Really? He has black and brown people, to use your term, working with him every single day in front of the camera, behind the camera. And people say, oh, President Trump doesn't like gay folks. He has the highest ranking gay member in a cabinet ever in a presidential administration. But here's the thing that bothers Joy Reid. Joy Reid wants that affirmative action. Joy Reid is the type of person, she wants the bar to be lowered for her, and it was lowered for her because she shouldn't have had a TV show. Clearly the bar was lowered for her. But what Joy Reid is really saying is that she's upset President Trump and a lot of these business leaders and folks around the country with their companies are hiring off of merit instead of race, gender, or some type of DEI nonsense. That's what really bothers her. And she doesn't want to articulate that publicly. But what was really bothering her is that people aren't being hired based off of skin color. If a black person happens to be the best person for the job, great, amazing, hire them. President Trump, I could tell you, he doesn't give a rat's ass about the color of your skin. He's like, can you do the job? Can you get things done? So Joy Reid, I think what she's really mad about is sort of this erasure of affirmative action, which we've needed in this country, in DEI, and people who are now hiring based off of merit. Let me tell you about masa chips. Okay, I don't do regular tortilla chips at this point. I can't do it. Whenever we have friends come over, these are the chips that we use. And I've also converted all of my friends to masa chips because they ship me boxes and boxes with 1,000 bags of chips, and I hand them out like candy on Halloween. But all of my friends, they say we love masa chips. We don't feel guilty eating them. They don't break in our guacamole. And let me tell you why masa chips is so great. Because masa chips, they're made with just 3 ingredients: organic corn, sea salt, and 100% grass-fed beef tallow. That's it. No seed oils, no junk. Masa is what chips should be, so go try them and you will taste the difference. Masa Chips is also beloved by tens of thousands of customers and has been endorsed by industry-leading health and nutrition experts. Ready to give Masa a try? Go to masachips.com/link and use code LINK for 25% off your first order. That's masachips.com/link and code LINK, LINK, for 25% off your first order. Go get them.